Hi, welcome back. My name is Sarah. Today I will discuss about driving safely in the adverse weather condition, and I will teach what you need to know. Stay tuned.
Hey everyone. Every single winter, there's an invisible threat out there on the roads that catches even the best drivers by surprise. So today, we're building a playbook to deal with it. Honestly, it doesn't matter if this is your first winter behind the wheel or your 40th. What we're about to cover is absolutely critical. So let's get into it. Right off the bat, let me ask you a question. When you think of a blizzard, what's the single most dangerous part for a driver? Is it the snow piling up? The fact you can barely see? Just take a second and think about what your answer would be. The answer is probably not what you're thinking. The most dangerous part isn't the storm itself. It's the moment after. The sun comes out, the plows have been through, and the road just looks, well, a little wet. And that feeling of relief you get, that's exactly when you are in the most danger. Because that's where the real threat is hiding in plain sight. So let's kick things off with part 1, winter's invisible threat. We have to understand this danger you literally can't see until it's way too late. We're talking about black ice. But here's the thing. The name is a total lie. The ice isn't black at all. It's perfectly clear. It's such a thin layer that you just see the dark asphalt right through it, making you think, oh, it's just a wet patch. And that, right there, that deception is what makes it so incredibly dangerous. So, how in the world do you fight an invisible enemy? You prepare. That brings us to part 2, where we're going to build your winter survival kit. This is all about turning your car into a fortress on wheels, and it all happens before you even think about turning the key. Okay, Sarah, and that means all of you watching along with her. This is where we get down to brass tacks. Look, being prepared isn't about being paranoid. It is about being smart. A little bit of work right now can make a world of difference when you're in an emergency. Okay, having the right gear is it's not negotiable. Of course, you need the basics, right? A snow brush, an ice scraper, jumper cables are a must. But you gotta think beyond that. Think survival. A warm blanket, gloves, a good flashlight, even some snacks and water. If you get stranded, believe me, those things stop being conveniences and they become absolute lifelines. All right, now for the moment of truth. You're out there driving, you hit a patch of that invisible ice, and you feel the car start to slide. Your heart just jumps into your throat. What you do in the next 2 seconds is everything. Let's first talk about what your body is going to scream at you to do. Your gut instinct is to panic, right? To slam on the brakes with all your might and yank the steering wheel away from the slide. This is, without a doubt, the single worst thing you could possibly do. Stomping on the brakes just locks up your wheels, and jerking the wheels sends you into a spin you cannot control. Now, let's overwrite that bad instinct with some good training. The right way to handle this is actually simple. Step 1, feet off. I mean it. Take your feet completely off the gas pedal and the brake. Let the wheels start spinning again so they can regain traction. Step 2, steer into the skid. Calmly steer in the direction you actually want the car to go. So if the back of your car slides to the right, you gently steer it to the right. It feels totally wrong, I know, but you're actually guiding the car back into a straight line. But you know what? Sometimes, even if you do everything perfectly, an accident is just unavoidable. So let's shift our tone here. Let's get very calm and very clear. This is your playbook for a worst-case scenario. This isn't about panic. It's about having a plan. And this plan is never more important than in a multi-car pileup, that terrifying chain reaction that happens so often on icy roads. One car loses control and suddenly it's chaos. Your safety in that moment depends on following a clear, simple protocol. Okay, this is a 3-step protocol. It's absolutely critical. First, stay put. Do not get out of your car. Your vehicle is a metal box. It's your armor against other cars. Second, be seen. Get those hazard lights on immediately to warn drivers coming up behind you. And third, call for help. Dial 911. The only time you should ever leave your vehicle is if there's an immediate threat, like a fire. So we've covered how to prep your car, how to react on the ice, and what to do after a crash. But there's one last piece to this whole puzzle, and it's a big one, the insurance question. It's the question that's on everybody's mind in the middle of that chaotic pileup. Who's at fault here? Who is going to pay for all of this damage? And let me tell you, it is a complex and incredibly stressful question to answer. And this is where we have to be completely upfront. Our playbook today, this whole explainer, it's designed to save your life, not your money. It's all about your physical safety, not figuring out who is financially liable. The rules for that stuff were complicated and they change from place to place.
So, we're going to leave you with one last piece of homework. Think of it as your call to action. Go find your insurance policy. And I mean, actually read it. If you have questions, call your agent. Because being truly prepared for winter isn't just about the blanket in your trunk or knowing how to turn the wheel. It's about having peace of mind that you're protected if the worst happens. So I'll ask you one last time. Do you know what you're actually covered for?